Well, I've been a member of Kaiser for 14 years. And in that time, it's been a good experience all the way through. But about 2 or 3 years ago, I was in Kaiser for a routine hearing exam. They took my blood pressure and said, uh-oh, this is not what it's supposed to be. So they wouldn't let me leave the building till the internal medicine doctors came and checked me out and said, we got to get that blood pressure under control, which they did. Did absolutely a wonderful job. But a little while back, a few months ago, I was taking a walk with my wife, and I discovered a little tightness in my chest. So I went in immediately to see my internal medicine guy. He said, let's go see a cardiologist. So they sent me to the cardiologist, and he chatted a few minutes and looked at a few things in my history, because Kaiser has an amazing system in that their medical records are computerized. So the doctors can share all your test information for years back and forth. He looked and he said, guess what? We're going to do a cardiac cath. And I said, okay. We all discovered that I had an 80% blockage of my left main artery. I knew of an advancement that came out a few years ago called the Da Vinci surgical system. It's a robotic surgical system. And I knew the hospital I was in had a doctor who could do revascularization, which is heart bypass, robotically. So I thought, okay. So I mentioned it to the surgeon who was going to do my surgery the next morning, and he said, oh, you're interested in robotic? I said, yes, sir. So he said, let's get our partner who does robotic up here. He immediately came up, he looked, he said, yeah, we can do this, we'll do it tomorrow morning. Now, keep in mind, nobody said, oh, we can't do that because Kaiser won't cover that advanced surgery. Never mentioned, never thought of. He just said, let's do it tomorrow morning. I had, in my opinion, two of the most advanced things you can have done in this particular area of medicine here in Atlanta. There was never a question about, ooh, you were at Kaiser. Well, of course they'll do it. And Kaiser was tickled pink with it too. We chatted about this and they said, sure. We know that procedure. We know how important it is for the patient and how meaningful it can be. And so, of course, we'll cover it. So, to me, that's typical of Kaiser, of my experience. They are different, but they're different on an extremely positive side. It's something that you need to look at if you don't understand Kaiser, because they're different and the difference counts if you care about your health and you want it to be the best possible. That's what Kaiser will offer.